Plain screen only I am going to write. Today I am going to write. I am not giving the PPT. We will see. What do you want? Okay. Nothing. So let me, full screen let me take. That is nice. Okay. Now today we are going for the test of significance for small samples. Test of significance for small samples. This is earlier class we have seen test of significance for the large sample, mean and proportion we have seen. As for that standard normal distribution we were using. Here we are going to see students t-test, t-distribution. It is also known as t-distribution. As t-distribution. It is also known as students t-test. Okay. So here the sample size is n less than 30 we are taking. That is small sample. And we are using the test statistic for the small sample. T is equal to x bar minus mu by s by root of n minus 1 with n minus 1 degrees of freedom. X bar is the mean of the sample and mu is the population. X bar mean of the sample, mu population mean of population. Yes. S is the standard deviation of the sample. It is calculated by the formula root of 1 by n minus 1 into sigma xi minus x bar whole square. Yes, n is the sample size. Okay. Now we will go for the problem. Already confidence interval and all I have already told. So next slide I am taking. A mechanic problem I am writing. A mechanic is making engine parts with axle diameters of AXLE, axle diameters of 0.700 inch. A random sample of 10 parts shows a mean diameter of 0.742 inch with a standard deviation of 0.040 inch compute the statistic, compute or test whether the work is meeting the specification. Test whether the work is meeting the specification. Here you see a random sample of 10 parts. It is a small sample, you could understand that. And in this problem, they are using the word mean. So the hypothesis concerning single mean, small sample only, it will be coming. Okay. So we will be going for the t-test only we will be using. So the step-by-step solution, one null hypothesis. Null hypothesis H0 such that mu is equal to mu naught. Mu is equal to mu naught. Mu naught is the, here a mechanic is making an engine parts with axle diameter of 0.700 inch. Yes, that is axle diameter making with a random sample of 10 parts shows a mean diameter of, so that is the sample mean. Here H such that mu is equal to mu naught is equal to 0.7. Test whether the work is meeting the specification or not only is coming. So we will write H1 such that mu not equal to 0.7. It is a two-tailed test. Two-tailed test. So you got it, a two-tailed test. Next we will write level of significance alpha. Level of significance. Level of significance. Alpha is equal to, they have not given, so 0.05 level of significance alpha, as they have not mentioned. Next we will be going for the test statistic. Since I am writing, you are also writing along with me. I am thinking, yes, level of significance alpha you are taught. Now I will be going for the test statistic. So fourth point, test statistic. Since it is a small sample and we are talking about the mean, our test statistic is T. T is equal to x bar minus mu by S by root of n minus 1. X bar is the mean of the sample. Mean of the sample is 0.742. So we will write T is equal to 0.742 minus mu, you have already written 0.7 divided by what is S, standard deviation of the sample is 0.04. Here 0.04. So we will write 0.04 divided by root of sample size is 10. So 10 minus 1. You are calculating the value. You calculate the value will be approximately 3. Yes, who wants to talk to me? 3.15. 3.15. So we got T value 3.15. Now T distribution table you should take. If you are not having, already I sent it to you, T distribution table. Take your T distribution table. D section students, if you are not having, now I will send it to IT students. They will forward it to you. Yes, that only I can do. I don't have your number. D section, I don't know. Earlier I came to your class or not. Once again, I will send it to IT students. Okay. Yes, 202. What do you want to tell me? Once again, I will send the scanned copy. Nikhil, Naveen, can you send it to them? Hello. D section students are also with us. So whether they are having or not, I don't know. Even if you are having also, whether you are carrying it or not, I don't know. Even if you are at home. So for that purpose, I am scanning it once again. Actually, I scanned it and sent it. Is it? Huh? Okay, one more time I will do it. IT group I am sending. You share to with D section also. Yes, you share with them. Nikhil, Asya, Mahadi, D section students also take it and see. I will show you in the here now we are going for the calculation part is over. Now we will write since t value is equal to 3.15, our t alpha value is t at 0.05, alpha is 0.05 with 9 degrees of freedom, with n minus 1 degrees of freedom means with 9 degrees of freedom, yes, freedom. You take your table and top line you are seeing 0.05 and T alpha. So it is a two-tailed test. So we will be going for T alpha by 2. T alpha by 2 we will be taking and 9 degrees of freedom. Two-tailed test. So T alpha by 2. Two-tailed test. We have seen mod z greater than z alpha by 2 in the last class two-tailed test. Similarly, T greater than mod T greater than T alpha by 2, we reject null hypothesis. We reject null hypothesis. Null hypothesis. Anyone is hearing? Yes, T alpha by 2. So it is equal to T at 0.025 we are getting. You see top line 0.025 top line you are seeing. Yes, any doubt means you ask. With 9 degrees is given in the left hand side. 9 and 0.025 will be giving 2.262. 2.262. So this is equal to 2.262. Since 3.15 is greater than 2.262, we reject the null hypothesis. We reject null hypothesis. We reject null hypothesis. That is H naught such that mu is equal to 0.7. We reject that null hypothesis. Is it clear or not? You check it, all of you. Is it clear or not? Can I move to the next problem? These students, no one has shared it or not? IT students, any of the CIs are there in the class? If you are not talking, I cannot do anything. Yes. Next problem I am writing a sample of next problem a sample of 26 bulbs gives a mean life of 990 hours with a standard deviation of 20 hours. The manufacturer claims that the mean life of the bulb, the mean life of bulb is 1000 hours. 1000 hours. Is the sample is not up to the standard? Is the sample not up to the standard? Standard. Up to the standard. Is up to the standard or less than that? Not less than that. So greater means more than standard we will not consider. Is it less than standard only we will consider. As is the sample up to the standard. So it's H naught such that P is equal to the standard we will be taking. Sorry, H naught such that mu is equal to mu naught we will be taking, and H1 such that mu less than. Since not up to the standard means it is less than the standard. Even though the not word comes, you should understand it properly. So I will write it as what he is telling. The manufacturer claims that the mean life of the bulbs is 1000. So first step I will write H naught such that mu is equal to 1000 I will write. And second one, H1 such that mu less than 1000. It is less than the standard. And third one, we will write level of significance. Level of significance alpha. Alpha is not mentioned, so you can take always 0.05 we can take. Yes, 0.05. Next, we will be going for the test statistic. I am moving to the next slide. Test statistic. You want mic means I will give you, all of you. Yes, you want or not? Yes. I am putting unmute themselves. If you have any doubt, you ask your since. Okay. If you are making sound means I will close it. So test statistic. What do you want? T is equal to test statistic. T is equal to X bar minus mu by S by root n minus 1. Root n minus 1. So X bar, how much is given in the problem? X bar is 990 it is given, and standard deviation is 20. A sample of 26 is given, so we will substitute all that. So 990 minus 100 divided by standard deviation is 20. So 20 by root of n minus 1. So root of 26 minus 1. It is approximately coming minus 2.5. Yes. It is a left tail test. So actually alpha, T alpha by 2 with how many degrees of freedom? 25 degrees of freedom. We have to see from the table degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom. So alpha by 2 is T at 0.05 divided by 2. It is equal to T at 0.025 with 25 degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom. From the table I am finding 25 degrees of freedom. It is around approximately, it is coming as 1 degrees of freedom. It is a left tail test. Sorry, left tail test means T alpha only I can take. Sorry, I forgot left tail test. Left tail test means T less than minus T alpha. T less than minus T alpha. Or if a D section, whether how sir has taught, I don't know, if mod T less than T alpha also you can take any one of these. I am teaching this only. T less than minus T alpha. So I don't want to take for that. I will take T alpha, T at 0.05. Since it is a left tail test, two tail test means alpha by 2 I would have taken. So I am getting it as T at 0.05, 0.05 you see top and left side 25, 1.708. Sorry, 1.708. Left tail test, right tail test, only T alpha, Z alpha only we will take. Since minus 2.5 is less than minus T alpha, we reject a null hypothesis. We told is the T alpha value is equal to minus 1.708. Yes, 708. As minus 1.708 is greater than minus T alpha is equal to, I am getting it as 1.708 and minus T alpha I am getting minus 1.708. Left tail test T less than minus T alpha, we reject the null hypothesis. What is T value? T value is minus 2.5. It is less than minus T alpha or not? Yes. Yes. So we reject the null hypothesis. Less than minus 1.708. We reject null hypothesis. We reject null hypothesis. This way means we will be taking 2.5. 2.5 is less than, we will be taking how much T alpha we will be getting. According to that, correspondingly we will be going for that value. Okay, here this is the easy way of finding it, so you can go for it. Otherwise it is, I am using the first one only, T less than minus T alpha, minus 2.5 is less than minus 1.78. So we reject the null hypothesis. Okay. We'll go for the next problem. Now left tail test is over. So right tail test also same way you can go for it. I am not going for that. Next, I am writing the next problem. A random sample of 10 boys had the following IQ, IQ, so 70, 120, 110, 101 and 88, 83, 95 and 98, 107 and 100. Do this data, 107 I wrote little far away, 107. Do this data support the assumption of a population mean IQ of 100 Yes. So they have given a random sample of 10 boys, small sample we got. Do this data support the assumption of the population mean IQ 100? Whether it will support or not only it is coming. Do this data support the assumption? So we will be going for H naught such that mu is equal to mu naught. Mu naught is 100. Yes, H1 such that mu not equal to 100 we will be taking. Next we want test statistic we want, but we don't know what x bar minus mu by s in root of n minus 1. So we don't know this x bar value and s value we are not knowing. That is why we will be going for the calculation with the help of these values, all these values. Let me calculate x bar by adding all these and divided by 10. So we are finding x bar. X bar is equal to 70 plus 120. What are the values? Okay. 120 plus 110 plus 101 plus 88 plus 83 plus 95 plus 98 plus 107 plus 100 divided by 10. It is coming approximately 97.2 x bar we got. Now we have to find out Yes, we have to find out. We know the formula. S square is equal to 1 by n minus 1 into sigma xi minus x bar whole square. This formula we will be using. So let me take the next slide and calculate all that. Yes, students, are you listening? Yes or no? Anything, are you able to understand anything or not? You, yes or no? Since fully I have projected, I cannot see the chat. If you want anything, you should ask. If you put it in the chat, I cannot see. I am using the full space. I am moving to the next slide. You open the mic and ask. So I am writing, I am going to find S square I am going to find, that is xi minus x bar whole square I should find first. For that I will find x I need, xi minus x bar I need, xi minus x bar whole square I need, then sum of that I need. X is 70, 120, 110, 101 and 88, 83, 95, 98, 107 and 100. Our x bar is 97.2 we have calculated. So x 70 minus 97.2 will be coming minus 27.2 and we will be getting 120 minus 97.2, 22.8. Similarly, 12.8, 3.8, minus 9.2, minus 14.2, minus 2.2, 0.8, 9.8, and 2.8. Now we will square all these. Squaring, you are getting the value. That you do it yourself, squaring. I will write value only. Total 1 I will write 739.84 squaring. Okay, or you want full? 519.84, 163.84, 14.44 and 84.64, 201.64 and 4.84, 0.64, 96. You write in the notebook properly, then you can understand. Those who are not writing, reading will not work. So total value I will write here as 1833.60. So S square we will be using the formula 1 by n minus 1 into sigma xi minus x bar whole square we will be using. So our data is 10 observations are there. So 1 by 10 minus 1 into 1833.60 you are getting approximately Yes, I will write the root of that, root of it. So S will be coming as, or write value 203.73. So S will be square root of it, it will be 14.27. S is 14.27. Now you can do the problem without any difficulty. We got S value, X bar value. Now we are going to substitute T is equal to X bar minus mu by S by root of N minus 1. X bar value we found out 97.2 minus 100 divided by 14.27 divided by root 9, 10 minus 1, 9. It is coming approximately minus 0.589. You have to calculate. So it is what type of test I told it is not equal to. So T greater than T alpha by 2, we reject the null hypothesis. Let us find it. Two-tailed test T greater than T alpha by 2. T value is, no, mod T greater than T alpha by 2. Mod is minus 0.589 and T alpha by 2 is T at 0.05, so 0.025 it is coming with degrees of freedom 9. Let me see what is the value. Degrees of 0.025, 9 degrees of freedom, it is coming approximately 2.26. Earlier we have seen it. So T mod T is positive value, this value is approximately 2.26. It is not greater. That means less than 2.26. If it is greater, we reject. So we will be accepting the null hypothesis. Accept the null hypothesis. Is it clear? Hello? 207, are you there? Always you will be IT. You will be giving some reply. Today chat I cannot see. You can open your mic and tell. 49, these students, I don't know your numbers or names. Yes. Hello. Can I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay. Are you following or not? Any more help required?
Yes, ma'am, following.
Okay, all right. Now we will see. So these are the types of problems we are having. Here, mod T greater than T alpha by 2 for two-tailed test. We know that T greater than T alpha for the right-tailed test, T less than minus T alpha for the left-tailed test. That is what I told you. Yes. So now we will be going for the difference of mean. Same thing only test statistic will change. Small sample, test statistic will change. Okay. I am writing the test statistic. After that, I will tell the problem. Students t-test for difference of mean. So test status 2 samples we are taking. So I will write T is equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by S into root of 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. Yes. Earlier we have seen x1 bar minus x2 bar by sigma into root of 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2 in the case of large sample. With degrees of freedom N1 plus N2 minus 2. Here degrees of freedom is different. And S will be calculating by the formula square root of sigma xi x1. Two samples are there. That is x1 minus x1 bar whole square. First set. Plus sigma x2 minus x2 bar whole square divided by n1 plus n2 minus 2 s value. Okay. Or you can find s1 square first, next s2 square you can find. That is giving by s is equal to root of n1 sigma 1 square we have seen like that, n1 s1 square plus n2 s2 square divided by n1 plus n2 minus 2. Either one of that. Or. Okay. Now I will write problem. Problems are similar type. Once you should understand whether two-tail test or right-tail test or left-tail test, end of it. Now degrees of freedom also. Now you got how to take degrees of freedom. Now sample size, if you are knowing, you can write degrees of freedom. And right-tail test, left-tail test and two-tail test rejection region. Two-tail test T calculated value mod T greater than T alpha by 2. Right tail test T greater than T alpha. Left tail test T less than minus T alpha. I am not taking any mode for the right and left. That is easy, I feel. Now I am telling the problem. Samples of two types. Samples of two types of electric light bulbs. Electric light bulbs were tested for length of life and following data were obtained. So type 1, two sets are there. Type 1, type 2. N1 8, N2 7, X1 bar 1 2 3 4, X2 bar 1 0 3 6. These are all some units also they have given, hours. S1, can you see S1 36, S2 40. This is the type 1 and type 2, N1, N2, X1 bar, X2 bar. Here itself I will write. Is the difference in the means sufficient to warrant that type 1 is superior to type 1 is superior to type 2 regarding the length of life. Regarding the down, if I write, you cannot see. Regarding the length of life. Now you see what type of test it is. I can give you one chocolate. Hello. Children, I can tell you, I can give you chocolate, so many things I can tell. I cannot see you, is it? What is null hypothesis? What is alternate? Null hypothesis always equal to. What is alternate hypothesis? Only I want to hear. Anything? Are you telling? Yes or no? Right tail test or left tail test it is. Type 1 is superior to type 2. $49, 207. Right tail or left tail or not equal to type. It is type 1 is superior to type 2. It is a right tail test. It is a right tail test. Type 1 is greater than type 2. So we will write null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. H naught such that two samples are there. H naught such that mu1 is equal to mu2. Yesterday we learned. Next, H1 such that mu1 greater than mu2. Mu1 is for type 1, mu2 is for type 2. They are telling is the difference in the means sufficient to warrant that type 1 is superior to type 2. That is why we are taking greater. Next, third level of significance, alpha. Alpha always I am taking 0.05 as they are not giving. T is equal to fourth one calculation, test statistic. Test statistic. Yes, x1 bar minus x2 bar by s square into root of 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. Yes. Here s square we will be using by the formula 1 by n1 plus n2 minus 2 into, since standard deviation of the first sample and second sample is given, n1 s1 square plus n2 s2 square. S2 square. So it is coming 1 by first sample 8 is there, 8 plus 7. Two not 3. So 8 plus 7 minus 2 into n1 is 8. 8 into s1 square. S1 square is 36 square. 36 square plus n2 is 7 and s2 is 40. 40 square, which is giving it as 1659.08. So now you substitute it here. What is the yes, we will substitute or next page. Next page we will go. Okay. So T is equal to x1 bar is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 minus x2 bar 10, 3, 6 divided by root of 1659.08 into root of s into s square hold right. Yes, value only. Oh, correct. Yes, value is correct. 1 by n1, how much it is? 1 by 8 plus 1 by 7 it is coming. Value approximately, we are writing it as 9.39. You should check the calculation. Hasia, are you there in the class? Are you listening? These topics are also important only. Now, we are seeing it is a right tail test only. We will read T alpha, T greater than T alpha. So we will get T value we got already. T alpha with 8 plus 7 T at 0.05 with N1 plus N2. 8 plus 7 minus 2 degrees of freedom. So 13 degrees of freedom we will see. It is approximately coming 1.77. Since 9.39 is greater than 1.77, we reject null hypothesis. We reject null hypothesis. Null hypothesis rejecting means we will be accepting the alternative hypothesis. Type 1 is superior to type 2. Yes. Is it clear for you? Not equal to and greater, that means mu1 greater than mu2, mu1 less than mu2, right tail, left tail. One more problem I will do. Yes. A group of next page I am taking, and this is the last problem today we are doing. A group of 5 patients treated with medicine A were 42, 39, 48 and 60 and 41 kgs. Second group of first 5 group. Next second group. Second group of 7 patients from the same hospital treated with medicine B, weigh 38, 42, 56, 64, 68, 69 and 62 kgs. Do you agree? Do you agree? These are all small samples, you should understand. We are using t-test. Agree with the claim that medicine B increases the weight significantly. So, again, you don't have S1 and S2. You have to calculate what is right tail or a left tail. You have to check it. Do you agree with the claim that medicine B increases the weight significantly? Medicine B increases the weight significantly. Mu1 is the weight of A, mu2 is the weight of B. So, first we will write the null hypothesis H0 such that mu1 is equal to mu2, H1 such that. Do you agree with the claim that the medicine B increases the weight significantly? Medicine B increases, not A. A less and B greater. So I will write A is mu1 and mu2 is for B. Even though greater is the word comes, but they are talking about B, not about A. So, we have to find out S1 for X bar and alpha, or you can write X bar you have to find out, X1 bar, X2 bar you have to find out. For that, 42, 39, 48, 60 and 41 you take, then you will find out X bar is equal to 46, adding all these and divided by 5. Next you will take the values 38, 42, 56 and 64, 68, 69 and 62. This Y bar will be coming approximately 57, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 7, approximately 7. Now you should go for here, next column I am writing X. X1 bar I want means first set I am taking X minus X bar whole square. Next I will take, this will be giving your X minus X. I took x1 bar, is it? Or y bar I took, okay, all right, nice. So x minus x bar whole square. Next you will find y minus y bar whole square you will be finding, you know, I already shown you. So you can find out the value and you will be getting whether it is, say, increase the weight, medicine A, medicine B, two B medicines are there, B is giving more weight than A. When we take medicine B, do you agree with the claim that the medicine B increases the weight or not? Since it is a left tail test I put, don't think that it is wrong. Since first I am taking A, second I am taking B. So my rejection region will be T less than minus T alpha. Degrees of freedom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be coming. 5 plus 7 minus 2. So 10 degrees of freedom with 5 percentage, 5%, 0.05. The value will be coming approximately 1.81 will be coming. You will be using the formula T is equal to x bar minus y bar. Since two sets are there, I have to find out s1 square and s2 square. That is why if I take x1 bar and x2 bar means I will get confused. That is why x bar and y bar I have taken divided by f. You can find out, no problem at all. Yes. So f you will be finding root of 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. It is coming approximately minus 1.7. So T greater than T alpha, this is less than T less than minus T alpha, minus 1.7, and what is the value? 1.81, minus 1.81. It is greater, not less than. I told less than is the critical region, not less than. So we will be accepting the null hypothesis. Accept the null hypothesis, not less than. Yes. So we will be accepting the null hypothesis. That means there is no significant difference with the even if we take medicine A or medicine B. Okay, here we will stop today. Now we have to complete F test and chi-square test, and even in this we can do. Any problem means I will do it in the next class. Nothing is there more than that. Yes. So with that we can complete, Monday we can complete the 4th unit, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we will be completing the 5th unit also, and you will be having the revision for everybody next 1 week. That means the next week, the next to next week, everybody will be having the revision. 4 days, 4 units we will complete. Whatever important questions, whatever doubts are there, all that. So you go for the MCQ. I'm stopping the recording.